Evening and welcome to the Derby debrief from RamsTV. Owen Bradley with Shaun Barker and Bradley Johnson alongside, here to reflect on another away win for Derby County tonight. 3-1 at Blackpool, the first time the hosts have lost at home this season. Terrific second half of football. Derby clinical on the break and Korey Smith scoring for the first time in nearly 6 years. Lots to talk about. You'll hear from the goal scorer, you'll hear from the head coach shortly as well. We'll kick off with a word or two from the boys. Bradley, what did you make of that second half in particular tonight?
Second half was terrific. We spoke at half time about what might change, and we said that Derby got to stick to the way they're playing, adapt to the way Blackpool are going to come out and play. And I think for the first 10 minutes, really put us under the cosh a little bit. But we spoke about subs and the impact that they can make when they come on, and they all did. I think everyone from front to back was terrific tonight. Colo running socks off the lads up front, and Cash and Nels won every header and everything that come into our box.
We said at half-time, are Derby going to ruin missed chances? I mean, they took their chances second half. That was the difference, right?
It was the difference, because if in the first 45 minutes, I thought Derby deserves to be up because of the chances they had. Blackpool were patient in possession at the start and then started to get a little frustrated. You heard the crowd getting a little bit impatient, so they started going long, and Bradley mentioned that at half-time, that our structure and our shape behind the ball and without the ball was excellent. So they started going longer, a little bit more desperate. And as the game in the second half unfolded, the little details when we countered, the balls, the decision-making was unbelievable, and we scored 3 brilliant goals. So the little details that maybe weren't there in the first half came to fruition in the second half, and I thought it was an outstanding away performance. And
more from the boys in a moment or two. You will hear from the goal scorer, Korey Smith, in a moment, but first here's the head coach, Paul Warne.
Well, Paul, congratulations, 3-1 win away from home at Blackpool. How do you feel after that?
Yeah, good. Really pleased. Thanks to all the fans who kindly travelled and got behind the team. I hope they had a good night. Away from home, it's a different game. You don't have the ball as much, obviously. We asked the lads to do something out of possession, which they're really good at. And some players have to sacrifice themselves, their natural desires, possibly. And they did that for the team, and that's what gets us the win. So I'm really pleased. I was really pleased how we defended crosses, not so pleased with the goal that went in. And then I thought, like first half, we had a couple of really good chances on the counter with Kane could have had a brace, bless him, but I thought it was really good. And then second half, we asked them to do the same. Second half, just don't lose concentration, because like Rhodes is excellent in the box if you let him cross it. So try and stop the crosses, defend the crosses, but then when you get the ball back, if you pick the right pass, you are in. Unfortunately for us, we scored really good counter-attacking goals, and really pleasing end to the night.
You said yesterday that you felt it was the toughest away game of the season so far, so I know you rounded up quite a few things there, but what did you feel that you did right to come away from this tough game with 3 points and 3 goals?
I just thought everyone stuck to their task really well. The midfield 3 were excellent. T was excellent again, as was Korey, as was Birdie. Birdie had a different role to the other 2. When asked upon, when the crosses came in, Nels, Cash, putting their bodies on the line really. Foz and Ryan were excellent as well, like Ryan, absolutely buzzing with him. So just that part of the game I loved. And obviously scoring goals is what everyone comes to watch, but from a coach's point of view, it's about your shape out of possession, where everyone is, and we just frustrated them for their goalkeeper to kick long balls and us to deal with. So that part of the game really pleased me. There's obviously still things that we always want to constantly improve, but to come here on the run they've been on as well, I just think it's a really big win for us, and the lads can take a lot of credit from it, because they had to do a lot of ugly shifts tonight, really, but then they get the reward. So that's what pleases us as a team.
3 cracking goals as well. You must be really pleased with the quality of them.
Yeah, really good. I mean, I knew Nat was hanging a little bit. Obviously we took Tom off the weekend. He tired a little bit. So we played Kane, but I was thinking, I might have to take Nat off in a minute because he's chugging. And then he just managed to get in and pull it back to Korey, who called it sweet as. So that was really pleased for Korey. I want him to get in the box. He's got great feet, as all the midfielders have, but we need everybody to chip in with goals. So, after the chances we missed first half, for that to go in, and then, Tom came on, had an instant impact. Brilliant. Tom was an absolute handful, so that's great, and that's what you want from your subs. You want your game changers to go on and have a real positive effect. and he laid it on a plate for Colo, and Colo hit it well. I don't know if it got deflected or anything, but sort of like took a weird... Did it go straight in? Oh, great. But I was really pleased for him, because from our point of view, like from my point of view, that's probably the best I've seen him play for me, because his out of possession stuff, how hard he worked, like tirelessly worked, give the lads a platform. He won a few headers, brought a few things down, brought people into play. So for him to score a goal was good. And then obviously for us to concede can make it a bit jittery the last 10-15 minutes, but I felt all right, really. I'm not too sure everyone over there felt all right. And then we broke, and we thought, like, we can't mess this up. Waggy picked Tom, and I think, go on, Tom, just take a touch and take the net off. And then he squared it. I'm like, no, yes. One of them, isn't it? What you doing? That's perfect. And then it's just one of them magical footballing moments where you feel like you've won the game, and you can feel all the benches up, and it just felt great. And yeah, so 3 great goals, 3 great counter-attack goals. We had some other chances, but when called upon, the defenders defend. So that's what we pay them for.
How much of a difference does it make when you've got the players that you've got on the bench tonight, in terms of the depth of your squad now, with players coming back that I think you spoke countless times about, you probably want to get to like 60 odd minutes and change things around a little bit, that now you've got the ability to do that, and you've got players that can come on and make an impact as well? Yeah,
it makes a massive difference. Like just having Birdie back in helps. I mean, I know Connor's only trained a day, and Callum's a couple of weeks away, Joe's a couple of weeks away, and they'll have to fight to get into the squad. I mean, stuff is bound to happen before then, because that's how football is. But yeah, really pleasing that you've got 6, and I said it to him in the dressing room before I come out, it's the strongest bench I think I've ever had in my career. So there's 6 really quality players that can have an effect. Sonny Bradley comes on, adds something to us straight away, and they're all unlucky they're not in the team. But it's their job to get in the team, not my job to put them in it. So they have to keep performing in training and get in it. But it's just good that you're not putting on, no disrespect, a 17-year-old who's played 2 league games. You're putting on like proper established footballers who can, take us over the line, and that's what they did tonight. So yeah, really pleasing on that. No injuries, no issues. I think Foz got a booking. I don't think Cash did he?
No, not to my knowledge. No, so all good.
Okay, that's good. So yeah, so we can just have a rest, get home late, and then go again for the game of the weekend. Yeah,
and that moves on nicely to that. You're 5 unbeaten now. You're going to Cheltenham at the weekend. You just want to keep this good feeling going and try and go into the international break from a league perspective on a really positive note if you can.
Yeah, we do, because unfortunately with the internationals we're going to end up with 2-3 games more than other people. We need to keep picking up points. Obviously I don't want the league table to look too ugly, and we need wins, and 2 away games, if you can get 4 or 6 points from, you're cooking. And if we'd have got the points we definitely deserved at the weekend, we'd be looking handsome. But it's just about drive and performances. The performance at the weekend was excellent. We played a different shape tonight, a couple of changes, made changes during the game. Performance was excellent again, and we won. Hopefully we can get the same level of performance, and with a little bit of lady luck, when you have them moments, you take them, we can win again. But it'll be a tough game against a new management team in Cheltenham. I'm well aware of that and how hard they'll fight for their new manager, so it'll be a tough game, but hopefully we can perform at a level that gives us an opportunity to win.
Paul Warne, a much happier Manchester United side, winning 3-1 at Blackpool. Up there certainly, I would guess, Shaun, with Peterborough in terms of best performances we've seen from Derby so far this season?
I think so. I think all round everyone did their job, which he spoke about. I thought we defended the box brilliantly throughout. I thought Cash and Nels were outstanding once again. So we looked solid defensively, and we picked the right times when to play and when to counter, and I thought that was excellent, knowing that Blackpool would have comfortable possession at times and frustrating them and being patient and just catching them out. And the quality of the goals was the thing for me. When they needed to take them and they made the most of those opportunities that arose in the second half, they were excellent. And one other thing, I thought there was 6 or 7 outstanding performers today. I think early in the season there was probably 1 or 2, and there wasn't enough players performing individually, collectively. At the moment we can pick 5 or 6 different players that could have been the man of the match, so that shows the calibre and the quality of each player at the moment.
And Korey Smith, undoubtedly one of those. 190 games since his last competitive goal. Bradley, we were discussing the fact that neither of you two ever went through that sort of a drought, but how pleased are you for him to get that goal tonight?
Yeah, I'm really pleased with Korey. I know him very well, so pleasing for him to get the goal, and it's just the guy he is. He speaks about it in his press after that. He's happy just to help the team win. He said he's had a few chances where people blocked it on the line or hit the crossbar, but know, he knows his job, that he knows he wants to get in the box more, and I think the gaffer's told him he needs to get in the box more and score some goals, and I'm delighted for him tonight. And you know, it was an important time for him to score for us as well, and we went on and got the second and the third and won the game.
Yeah, all excellent moves, and I mean the second taken ever so well by James Collins, who I think has maybe 5 goals in 6 starts this season, something like that.
Yeah, and he's led the line brilliantly once again. His tireless out of possession, his shape, working for the team. Those little moments is the reason he's got so many goals in his career. He had 1 chance today and he took it. The impact that the subs made, Barks I thought was excellent in the last game, started tiring. Today he started on the bench and made a huge impact, obviously assisting Waggy and Colo. And again, mentioned Smith, I think he was involved in all 3 goals. And the last bit of skill when he's won his duel, skipped away from 2 players and played a wonderful pass. So the 3 goals were excellent, all the players performed. The all-round second half was exactly what the manager wanted. And you asked at half-time, could they kind of increase it? Could they make that little bit more of a difference in the second half? They did, and they were deserved winners.
And Paul Warne talked about it a little bit there. There is obviously a different feeling when you can bring on Tom Barkhuizen and he makes a difference and makes the impact the way he did. Martin Waghorn, who gets the 3rd goal. When you have a bench that adds quality and obviously fresh legs as well, that is a very different dynamic to have.
Yeah, it is, especially for the players on the pitch, because you know, every time you step over that white line, you want to give 100% and empty the tank. But, you know, when you look around to your bench, knowing that what you got to come on, it gives you that extra push to know you can run that extra 10 yards and you're going to be knackered, but the lads who are coming on are going to change the game for us. And we said at half-time, you wouldn't change much, try and stay in the game for as long as we can, and the subs come on and make an impact, and I thought they'd done that tonight. And he spoke about changing the shape a little bit, and, you know, for us who know football, it was Colo was doing a lot more defending, like stopping Blackpool from playing through the lines. So he was sitting off, and can get frustrating for a striker doing that, but he worked hard tonight and, you know, deservedly got his goal. And I think that's what will be pleasing Paul Warne a lot more, is that they stuck to the tactical side of the game, stayed in the game up till 60, 70 minutes and then went on to win it.
Well, 3 different goal scorers for Derby tonight. They make it 4 wins out of 5 away from home in League One this season. That is the best record of anyone in the competition so far. Let's hear from the man who got his first goal in nearly 6 years tonight. Here's Korey Smith.
Corey, I know there's something you don't want me to mention, so I won't. Instead, tell me how sweet that was to score your first Derby County goal.
Yeah, I'm just absolutely delighted. When the ball hit the back of the net, you know, normally it goes over or hits crossbar or someone blocks it off the line in the last few years or whatever. But yeah, you know, the gaffer's always telling me to get in the box, and yeah, I was just delighted the time when it came. I thought the team were absolutely brilliant today. Subs that come on, and you know, I was just glad to help the team get the goal and, you know, make my kids happy.
Talk me through the performance on the whole. It was a bit of a cagey first half on both sides. What changed in the second period?
Yeah, I think it was maybe cagey, but it's 2 good teams going at it. You know, these are a team that came from the Championship. They dominated us in the cup game, so we maybe wanted a bit of revenge. So we had to play smart, and we knew there were spaces in behind. Maybe had to give up a little bit of possession, but you know, we were set up well, and we made some brilliant chances. You know, it might have been looked cagey, but I didn't really feel like they was breaking us. Our shape was really good, our work rate, our teamwork, and we was creating chances on that break. We could have scored really 5 or 6 really if you look at the chances we made. So I thought it was an absolutely brilliant performance, and it's been coming in a way. I feel like the last few weeks our performances have been top. I think we won a couple, drawn a couple, so we've been unlucky with the draws, but I just feel like our performances have really been building as a team. And yeah, so I'm just proud of the boys, and I think at this stage it's about the performances, and the results and climbing that table will come if we carry on working like that and getting the performances.
How pleasing was it collectively to show that ruthless streak in the second half after the frustrations of Saturday where you couldn't break a team down?
Yeah, and that's what I mean. With that's why you can't concentrate too much on results. Like I said, I've been around it a long time. If you worry about results, at the end of the day, we dominated on Saturday, we should have won the game. But that's football, and it's going to happen. But all that happens if you keep that level of performance, this is what happens. And, you know, it's about us maintaining that. You look at our team today, our squad, our bench was just like, the players that are coming on are top players. So, you know, it's about all of us together working hard. The fans were brilliant today, so loud behind us. Every time we made the tackle, they was cheering, and that's what it's all about.
People will look at your goal today, and that will rightly take the headlines for you personally, but then also the second and third goal, you had a big hand in them too, didn't you?
Yeah. I don't know if gave me a little bit of confidence. The boys are saying it gave me confidence scoring a goal, and I was nearly got a few assists. Yeah, I probably should have had a couple more assists maybe, but you know, we're not going to score every single one. But yeah, no, I'm really glad to have helped the team today. Glad to have helped. Not only, you know, a lot of time I'm the one maybe controlling, passing, breaking up the play, but it's nice to be the one that's helping up the pitch today. And yeah, I'm proud of that and proud of my teammates.
Yeah, how highly will that second half performance in particular rank for you as when you look at your time at Derby County?
Yeah, to be fair, I was probably obviously one of my best. Like, you know, I haven't scored for Derby yet, so that's always going to take the headlines. You know, like I said, a lot of time I'll have good games, but I might not steal the headlines, as in I'm the one that starts the attacks and breaks up play, so you don't really always get the recognition, or you know. So yeah, it's nice to kind of maybe get that today, get a little headline. But yeah, most important thing's the 3 points, and we go again on Saturday.
Yeah, that's 5 unbeaten now in all competitions. How pleased are you with the momentum you're beginning to develop?
Yeah, like I said, the last few weeks I feel like our performances have just been really good. I think we've only conceded maybe got 2 goals in the last 6 games or something. As a team, we've just looked really solid. That's the foundation that you've got to go from. Obviously, we've had a few draws, but like I said, it's about performances at this stage. And if we carry on performing and working hard the way we are, the effort from the boys and it's just brilliant. So yeah, no, I'm proud to be part of this team. Proud of the players, staff, fans, everyone today. Coming to a tough place, a team that beat us not long ago, and getting the win. But at the end of the day, it's on to Saturday now. We've got another big game.
That's Korey Smith. Congratulations to him. More from him on the website dcfc.co.uk. Results from League One tonight. Plenty of goals around. I will just mention that the Leyton Orient game has been abandoned due to a medical emergency in the crowd. Results then: victory for Derby, as we know, victory for Bolton as well, who scored 3 and beaten Stevenage. Bristol Rovers scored 3 as well to beat Port Vale. Big win for Burton, who beat Wigan, who have started to wobble a little bit after their bright start to the season. 4 goals for Barnsley in the victory at Cambridge. Charlton hitting 4 as well, beating Exeter. Lots of red cards this evening, including one at Cheltenham for Curtis Davis, which means he will miss the game against Derby, that game against the Rams at the weekend. His side losing to Fleetwood tonight, second bottom of the table. Defeat for Reading, crisis continues there. Wins for Oxford and for Portsmouth, who stay top thanks to a 98th minute winner tonight. So this is the table. Pompey and Oxford the top 2. Derby climb up to 7th and have that game in hand over a few of the teams above them in the table. At the other end, Cheltenham still rock bottom. 11 games played, no goals yet for them. Wigan second bottom, of course, with that points deduction, which affects things a little for them. Just before we go, we have now reached the 10-game mark for Derby, which the experts will say, Shaun, is when you can start to make judgments and see where teams are, and is that where they should be? What are your major impressions of the first 10 games?
A mixed bag, really. I think if you look at the position we're in now, 7th, we can, obviously with a game hand, go in the top 6. The last few games looking more assured. The strength and depth of the squad, individuals performing well and collectively doing well. Defensively, we look solid. So what we were looking at maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, where there wasn't really a nice balance and it wasn't quite working, we was a bit hit and miss and kind of inconsistent. I'm starting to see consistency. I'm starting to see more quality for some of the players that they brought in. The 2 recent signings, the fullback and obviously centre midfielder, that they've made a huge difference and really hit the ground running. So for me, I'm looking at the squad now, looking at the team and saying it's a team that's looking forward and looking up, and I'm fully confident. I've said it a few times, in the next few months, when games get thick and fast, when you need to rely on your squad, you look at today and look at the difference that some of those players on the bench can make. I think we're in a good place. It's
4 unbeaten as well now. Bradley, are you seeing signs that Derby are building something now?
Yeah, you can see confidence growing in each game. In the previous games, you can see it in glimpses. Inconsistent we've been for the first 10 games, but I think, like Bart's just touched on there now, we've got a settled squad. We've got injuries coming back. And we've had some big players out for injury, and they're coming back now. And you know, just look at the bench tonight with the options that the gaffer's got to bring on. I can feel, like you said, like Shaun said there, the next few months when the games come thick and fast, that we start picking up results and start climbing up the table.
Terrific stuff, gentlemen. Thank you for your company this evening. Thank you to you for watching as well. More reaction to tonight's game, if you want it, on the website dcfc.co.uk. We're back Saturday. Until then, goodbye.